Hey Alameda, it's Diego here reporting from PNN, and I'm here with Boo Boo. Now, what do you say is the best memory that you have so far in football? Because I know you're a senior this year, last year.
My favorite memory from football was probably our game against Manual. That game practically got us into the playoffs, so yeah.
And how do you think your guys' season has gone so far?
It's gone all right. It hasn't gone the way we wanted it to be, but hey, we're working, so.
And Boo Boo, if you could go back to your freshman self playing football, what would you tell yourself, and what kind of things would you improve on?
I would tell myself to hit the weight room more, work harder, and not be influenced by many friends. So yeah.
Well, alright, there you go, Alameda. We'll see you next week. What's cracking, Alameda? It's Diego here with PNN, and I'm here to give you guys some music reviews. Now, as if some of y'all know, I'm an avid hip-hop listener. I'm a hip-hop purist, so today we're going to be talking about a hip-hop album by the name of Under Pressure. And it's by a rapper named Logic that hails out of Maryland. He recently just signed to Def Jam, and after years of going independent and having great success, so this first album that he released not too long ago, like last year, was highly anticipated, and it had some competition along with J. Cole's Forest Hill Drive and Kendrick Lamar's How to Pimp a Butterfly. So I feel like out of the three, I like Logic's the most, and the reason why I like Logic's the most is because I felt just as the album as a whole, it was more sonically cohesive. I really think he's good because he has an uncanny ability to mix both pop sounding tracks that have a catchy beat and a chorus, but also mixing that in with some various lyrical cadences that he uses, flow patterns and stuff like that avid hip-hop listeners will catch on to. But whether you're an avid hip-hop listener that listens to that kind of stuff, or you're just a regular consumer that likes just a cool beat and a catchy chorus, this album could be sonically pleasing to anyone. Nevertheless, this album is a very hip-hop album. Definitely it does have them choruses that are really catching to the ear. So overall, I felt like this project as a whole was lyrically and conceptually sound, and you guys should go check it out, Logic Under Pressure. Yeah. What up, Alameda? It's Diego here reporting from PNN, and I'm here to interview Miss Sabadosh. And so what's your function in this school?
Well, I am the assistant principal in charge of activities and the ninth graders. So pretty much everything from student forum to any activity or club in the building. I'm kind of the person you go to for that. For field trips, for fundraising, I'm also in charge of that. And then I supervise the ninth graders.
What is your function here at Alameda?
Well, as you can see, this is my office, and right here, this is a sign right by the door of my office, and it says Campus Security. I'm actually not Campus Security, though. This sign needs to be changed. This was the Campus Security office last year. I'm an assistant principal. I work primarily with the 7th grade. I'm also in charge of the state assessments. We call that the school assessment coordinator. I'm also the 504 coordinator.
Can you tell us what's your function here at the school, and what do you do on a daily basis?
I work mainly with 11th and 12th graders, and I also am the scheduler, so I schedule all the teachers' classes, and I also schedule all the students' classes. And I work with kind of some of the special ed students a lot, and I work with the social studies department, humanities department, and the special ed department.
And what's your daily function here at Alameda?
I work with sophomores. I'm the AP for sophomores, and then I also work with the math team. I work with math teachers.
And what's your function here at Alameda?
I'm the assistant principal that primarily works with 12th graders, but undoubtedly I work with a variety of students in a variety of capacities. But I'm also the athletic director, so I'm in charge of all the sports and scheduling and coaches and making sure that we're competitive in athletics throughout the state.
What's your daily function here at Alameda?
Here at Alameda, I'm the 8th grade assistant principal and the restorative justice coordinator.
How's it going, Alameda? It's Diego here interviewing Ms. Van Scoik. And so what's your daily function here at Alameda? What you do on a daily basis?
Well, I have the best job in all of Jefferson County, and I am the principal at Alameda International Junior Senior High School.
Can you give us a sort of a background on what you did before and how you got here at Alameda?
That's a good question. I was the principal at Patterson Elementary for 10 years, and I've been the principal here. I'm starting my 6th year. Prior to that, I was an assistant principal at Mandalay Middle School. And a lot of students always ask, do you have to be a teacher before a principalship? And I said, yes. I was, I've taught everything from kindergarten all the way through 10th grade. And so I was a teacher for 15 years before I became a principal. So don't do the math. That'll tell you how old I am.
Nice. And so what's your favorite thing about being here at Alameda, would you say?
Working with you guys. That's my favorite thing, is working with the students here, because I think we have the best students in all of Jefferson County.
Nice. There you have it, Alameda. I'm here with Ms. Van Scoik, and we'll see you next week.
Hey Alameda, it's Mr. Tucker here. I want to talk to you a little bit about a fundraiser that we're doing this week for an organization called Limbs International. Limbs International supports getting prosthetic legs to people in developing countries who do not have access themselves. There are approximately 40 million people in developing countries without access who are amputees. Only about 5% of those people actually have the ability to get a prosthetic leg. This inhibits their life in many ways, makes them very immobile, makes it hard for them to work, makes it hard for them to travel. This week at Alameda, we are doing a fundraiser for Limbs International. Our goal is to raise $1,500. That would buy 5 prosthetic legs for people in developing countries. We also have working with the local elementary schools. They're each trying to raise $300 and be able to buy 1 prosthetic each. You can help us out by this Friday, bringing in $1. With that $1, you can have Crazy Hair Day, or you can wear a hat to school that day, and all those funds will go towards Limbs International. In addition, if you have spare change, there are going to be jars in a lot of your teachers' rooms where you could donate that spare change and also help the cause. Here at Alameda, we have a student who is intimately familiar with this situation. He lost his leg 5.5 years ago, and with the help of a prosthetic, he is fulfilling his dreams. His name is Diego, and I'm going to let him tell you a little bit about his story.
Hey Alameda, it's Diego here, and I'm sure some of y'all know that I have somewhat of a minor disability due to the fact that over 5.5 years ago, I was involved in a tragic bus accident that resulted into the amputation of my left leg.
You do the quick assessment. You look at the kid and you say, is this kid going to die or not? And in this particular case, that question was raised because he had so much road rash that we were worried about blood loss and worried about the injury to his left leg. The combination of the two, we were worried about the blood loss that could be life-threatening. So I sat down and I told Mom and Dad, I said, listen, your son's going to be alive. He's going to live. But we have a problem because this left leg has a very serious injury. And it's probably not one that he will ever be able to use, but we need a little more time to sort through that.
Now, despite all the hardships and everything that I had to go through to accommodate my amputation, I remain to have a positive outlook on everything, and I'm still pursuing everything that I want to accomplish as far as sports or anything like that. My accident in the long run, you know, it made me stronger, it made me a stronger person, and also my prosthetic played a vital role into just making me feel normal again and making me feel like I was back to where I was before. And you could do that same thing and make other kids feel that same type of gratification that I felt when I first got my prosthetic by donating to the Limbs organization. Thank you.